Guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will be looking at Minimize XOR problem, which is from Leetcode number 2429. Let's now look at the problem statement. In this problem, given two positive integers num1 and num2, find the positive integer x such that x has the same number of set bits as in num2 and the value of x XOR with num1 is minimal. Note that the XOR is the bitwise XOR operation and return the integer x. The test cases are generated such that x is uniquely determined. The number of set bits of an integer is the number of ones in its binary representation. Now before we look at the problem, let's look at the constraint. In this case, num1 and num2 is within the range of 1 to 10 to the power of 9. Let's now look at an example. Let's say that we are given a equals to 8, which is 1000 in binary. So I have written all of them in 5 bits. And b equals to 21, which is 10101. Okay. Now according to the problem, first find out the set bits in b. So the number of set bits is equals to 3, and this needs to be present in the number x, which will be the result. So in this case, the set bits in result will be equals to 3, right? So find x such that x XORed with a must be minimized according to the question. So what will be the value of x? Now if you try to find a positive value x, then we might need to iterate through all the integers, and let's say that I will be iterating from 1 to 10 to the power of 9. Then in this case, if I iterate through all the numbers, then I will always be finding the x XOR a. I will keep a result value and then I will be finding the x XOR a. So 1 XOR with whatever is the value of a, let's say 1 XOR with 8, and then 2 XOR with 8, and so on till 10 to the power 9 XOR of 8. And then take the minimum of all these value. Whichever value is minimum, that value's x will be taken as the result. Okay. So this will definitely give you a time limit exceeded, and this is not a way to go. Now before we proceed to the solution, let's learn about finding the number of set bits. Well, this is very simple. What you can do is you can take a set bit counter equals to 0 and you can run a while loop while n, and you can always do n equals n ended with n minus 1 and increment the count of set bits by 1 every time. So if you see a dry run, let's say the value of n is 10100 in binary. If you take n minus 1, it will be 10011. And if you do an AND, you will find this is the result 1 followed by 4 zeros. So every time you do n ANDed with n minus 1, you will lose the least significant set bit. So the number of times you repeat it, let's say you repeat it 2 times to get n equals to 0. That means there are 2 set bits in total. Right? So that is the logic behind this loop, and that is how you can get the number of set bits. In the worst case, all the bits will be set, and therefore the number of bits in any number will be equals to the log of n. If it is a binary number, it will be log of n base 2 if n is a decimal number, right? So in this case, n is a decimal number and we are converting them into binary, so the number of bits will be log n base 2, right? So the time complexity will be log n. Otherwise, in C++, you can write double underscore built-in pop count of n to get the number of set bits in n. Both the time complexities will be same. Right. So once we have learned finding the number of set bits, now let's see how to build the minimal x. Let's say that a equals to 8 and b equals to 21. And I have written the binary representation in 5 bits. Now according to the problem, the number of set bits of b has to be taken into account. So the set bits in b is equals to 3. Now I need to build a positive number x in such a way that x XORed with a must be as small as possible. That means I want to minimize the value of x XORed with a. So since I have 3 bits to be placed in x, where will I place them? So I will place them at a position which will minimize the value of x XORed with a. And if you know the XOR property, 1 XORed with 1 will be 0. So don't you think that I will first be placing the set bit where a is having the set bit so as to nullify them? Yes, I will be placing the set bit here. If you place the set bit here, you can find out the weightage 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, because the weightage is 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3 and 2 to the power 4, right? So I will be reducing the x XOR a by value 8 if I place a set bit at this weight 8, right? So that is why I will do that. And now still I am left with 2 set bits, but I have nullified all the set bits of a. So where should I place the 2 leftover set bits? Should I place at this point? Well, if you place at this 16 weightage, then it will increase the overall X XOR A value by 16, because we know that 1 XOR 0 or 0 XOR 1 will be 1. So since it will be increasing the value, so let's place the rest of the set bits wherever the weightage is smallest. So I will be placing it at the smallest weightage of 1 and 2. Okay, so if you make this happen, then the overall value of X XOR A will be 0 0 0 and 1 1, which is equals to 3. So what is the value of X that we found? 8 plus 2 plus 1, which is 11. Therefore X equals to 11 will be the result for this particular example. So to minimize the XOR value between X and A, we need to place the set bits corresponding to the A's set bits, and this nullification must happen moving from left to right, because let's say there were two set bits in A. One was at 8 and another one was at, let's say 2. And we had just set bits in B equals to 1. So where will I place this one set bit? Well, definitely it is optimal that I will place this set bit at 8, because it is better that we cancel out the weight 8 rather than placing a set bit at this weight 2 and cancelling out 2, and 8 will remain, right? So that is why whenever I am cancelling the set bit, it should always happen from the highest weightage to the lowest weightage, moving left to right. And once I am done with that, and still if I have some leftover set bits, so I will now be increasing the value, since the corresponding bit in A must be 0. And if X is also having 0, I am setting this up. This means that I am increasing the value. So increasing the value should be as small as possible. So I will be increasing the value moving right to left in the second iteration. Okay. So the leftover set bits must be placed to the least weight index. Let's look at more examples. Now in this case, I have taken A equals to 21, which is 10101, and B equals to 2. So the set bits in B is equals to 1. Now I want to make an X, a positive integer X, such that X XORed with A will be as small as possible. So I just have one bit to be placed in X. So where will I place it? You find out the weightage. So this is position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the weightage will be 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, and 2 to the power of 4. So where should I nullify a set bit in A? Definitely it has to be at the most weighted place, which is index 4. So I will be placing a set bit here, moving from left to right. So once I do that, my number of set bits left will be 0. So now I cannot place any other set bit. So this is the final value of X, which is equals to 16, 2 to the power of 4, right? And if you do that, then the minimal value will be 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. So this is the minimal X XOR A value, and the answer will be X equals to 16. Therefore, we will be cancelling the set bits from the highest to the lowest weight. We cannot place at any other position if you had not placed at this position. And let's say if you had placed at this index 2, then what will be the X XOR A value? It will be equals to 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So you know that this 1, 0, 0, 1 is greater than this 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, right? So that is why I cannot place at any random index. I have to place it moving from highest to the lowest weight, and I need to cancel the set bits, right? Now if you look at the second example, A equals to 20, B equals to 30. So the number of set bits in B is equals to 4. Now if you take this A 10101 and X will be initialized to all zeros, I have to place 4 set bits in X. Where will I place them? Well, in the first iteration, I will be moving from left to right, and I will check the weightage of each of the items. So moving from left to right, I will definitely get the highest weightage on the first attempt, right? So if I find a set bit, I will be placing a set bit at X and reduce the count of set bit by 1. Again, when I find a set bit, I will be setting this bit in X and reduce the count of set bit by 1. Again, when I find a set bit, again I will set the bit in X and reduce the count of set bit by 1. Once I am done iterating from left to right, that means we are done cancelling the set bits from the highest to the lowest index. So all the set bits in A has been cancelled out. Now if I am left over by any of the set bits, then that is only going to increase the value of X XORed of A. Okay. So where should I place them? I should place them at the minimum weight indices. So now in the second iteration, I will be moving from right to left, and I will be finding, if I find a 0, then I will be setting that corresponding bit in X. So you see that I am finding a 0 here. So I'll be setting this X. and the count of set bits will now be 0. So this particular x will actually be giving me the minimal value of x XORed with a, and that value will be 0 0 0 1 0. Okay, so this value will be 2. And what is the value of x? It will be equals to 16 plus 4 20 plus 2 22 and plus 1 23. So 23 is the result for this particular example, and I hope you were able to understand it. So this is a 2 iteration process. The number of bits in any decimal number will be log n base 2, and therefore the time complexity will be log n, or you can also say order of 1 because the number of bits are only 32. But let's say it is log n, and the space complexity will be order of 1. Let's now look at the code. If you are someone who is looking to prepare for top product based company within a limited time of just 3 months, then we have brought for you both the DSA and the system design live interview training program. The most important feature of this program is you get a filtered and condensed structured curriculum, in-depth discussion of all the topics, and my guarantee of your understanding, one-on-one guidance with me, and live weekend classes. To know more about the training, you can WhatsApp us on this given number. In this problem, we are given num1 and num2, and first I will be finding the count of set bits in num2, and then I will be taking a result equals to 0, which is our given x value. Now the first step is to move from left to right and set the bits wherever we are finding that it is set in num1. Okay, so I will be just iterating from the most significant bit to the least significant bit, because greedily I will always be cancelling out the one with the highest weightage. So if in num1 the ith bit is set, then I will be decreasing the count of number of set bits, and I will be incrementing the value by whatever is the set bit. Because if I set a bit at position, let's say 4, then I will be adding in the result saying that 2 to the power of 4 will get added, right? So this is just like building the answer, because how do you build this answer? It will be 0 1 2, so 2 to the power of 2 plus 2 to the power of 0. This is how you build the answer. 4 plus 1 equals to 5, right? So that is how I am building the answer here, moving from left to right. Now once we are done cancelling all the bits, if our count value is still left, then I will be moving from right to left, and I will be finding in num1 if the bit is not set, then I will be trying to set that bit in the value x. So I'll be decreasing the count of set bit, and I will be setting that bit and adding the weightage to the result, and finally I will be returning the result. So the result here is the x value. I hope you are able to understand it. If you still have any doubt, then feel free to comment below and I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Like and share our video in order to watch more of these programming videos. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.